Hey guys, it's Nathan back with another video talking about VTech video baby monitors, but also caregiving monitors. That's honestly what I feel they should be called and marketed as, but I understand that the majority of the reason why people purchase these is for baby monitoring. Now, I have used several. I couldn't even get all of them together in this one video because I've got a couple more that I currently am not using, I couldn't find. But I've got a bunch of these, and I have found what works, what doesn't, and what you should be spending your money on. So here's my opinion. First, I use these to watch my baby, who's almost a year old now. We've used a baby monitor for as long as the baby's had her own room. And then also, I've been using monitors to help my great-grandmother, who I caregive for, and I do that pretty much every day for the past, not quite a year, but pretty much a year. Basically, where I would have a audio monitor in her room, and if she would call for me in the night or in the morning, if she needed anything, I'd be able to hear her get up and go and take care of her. So all of these things have been very helpful, but some are more helpful than others. So let's start with audio monitors. Audio monitors are great, and oftentimes you don't feel like you need a video monitor, and because audio is a lot less expensive, they run like $25, maybe $35. This can be a great option if you really don't have the money. But the question is, when you hear a sound, and yes, these work extremely well. If they're crying, you're going to be able to hear them. When the battery is running low on the battery units, it will beep at you like every 30 seconds for like 20 minutes before it actually finally turns off. You will be woken up before your battery runs out. These things work great. They pair super well. I could be outside, walking around the house. I could go get the mail even, just down the road a little bit. It has 1,000-foot range. So you can do a lot. You can be on one end of the house to the other and still have connection. It's great, but here's the thing. It's only audio, which means when you hear a strange noise or a noise you don't recognize, then you have that question of, well, what was that? And that's where video is extremely helpful. And even though it's going to cost you another $20 or $30, I still believe going with video makes a ton of sense, because for the moments where you need the video, video is extremely helpful. So audio is great, but video I think is better. I was given through hospice, they gave me this older model of VTech, and it works great. The problem with it is that the battery has degraded so much that it literally lasts for about 20-30 minutes on battery until it starts beeping at me and telling me, hey, charge me, plug me in. And I'm like, this is so annoying. But the push to talk features, just like on here where you have push to talk features, being able to zoom in, being able to adjust the volume, things like that, the brightness of the screen, it's great. But you gotta have something that lasts as far as pretty well on battery. And that's why the newer ones, which is what I actually went out and bought, said, hey, we really need this for my grandma, because if I'm out and about around the house or doing different things, I need to know if she's calling for me. But I can't just be plugged into a place all the time or carrying around one of these charging cables and being like, oh yes, I will keep this plugged in all the time. So finally, we went out and got this, mostly because of the battery capability on here, where it is noting 19 hours of video streaming, being able to see it on video and not having to have it plugged in for that long is, of course, way more than I need, but it gives me that overhead to say, hey, I know that I can go walk around the house, I can go work in the garage, I can go do different things, and know that I can carry this around as well. And yes, there are some pros that I like some of the features on here that seem to work a little better, but it's also using so much more battery than this one, which just is sipping on battery a little bit because it's so good. The other thing that I love about this is you're able to just push a button and the screen turns off. You still get the audio, perfect audio, but you're able to turn the screen off, and then you're able to, of course, still have the audio, and then if you have a question, you can click in and you can hear and see what's going on. You can zoom in, you can do all the different things that you need. This thing even has a little night light on here. Some of them have like a lullaby music thing you can play as well. Push to talk is so nice because then you can push and say, hey, how can I help you? Or just to be able to talk to your baby, let them know that you're coming. It's not so much as, hey, I'm going to have a full-length conversation with this person, because most of the time they can't understand what you're saying exactly. Or for a baby, they might not be able to really be calmed down just from your voice over a speaker. But it can be, hey, I'll be right there. Don't worry, I'm going to be here in just a few minutes. And that is a great option for you there. One other option that I don't have on this table, but I should have brought over, is Ring cameras. I love Ring cameras, or just the idea of cameras in general. I understand there's the whole privacy question of like, hey, if you put cameras all around your house, is Big Brother watching you? Well, that's a conversation for another day, but the utility of it, I think, is really good, because I can put a Ring camera in my baby's room or to keep tabs on something in the house, and I'm able to go back and replay that footage to see, well, what exactly happened, to say, whoa, maybe we need to change the crib for the baby. Maybe she's getting too old for this crib now. Or, hey, this actually was a little dangerous. I should do something differently. That's an option that is a little bit more expensive because it's $50 for the camera, and for the replaying feature, you're going to have to pay about $10 a month through Ring. There's other places out there as well. But as far as VTech goes, it's saying, should you spend the nearly $60 for a video monitor that also has great battery life, has the best features from both the audio and the video, have it all in a brand new package? Honestly, I would say yes. See if any of these other ones work, see if something works for you. But also remember that if you purchase this and you don't like it, return it. You can always return the products that you purchase, whether on Amazon, Walmart, wherever you get it. See if it works well for you. But just remember, when you spend that $35 on audio, it's very possible that down the line, you're going to be like, man, I really think video is going to be really helpful, because I want to know if she's starting to climb the crib. I want to know what's going on. And that's where video is incredibly important, and to make sure you get a good system. If you can buy something used, maybe, but remember, the batteries are so important. The sad thing is that on these units, they don't have the ability to replace the battery on them, and that's really sad. On the back here, you can see there's actually a bigger section in the back to allow for more battery to be housed in here, but it also is not really user replaceable as easily as some of these others, like this one here on the back, where, if I got it correctly, I can unplug this and you've got a battery system which you could buy a replacement for, and it's actually user replaceable. So there's pros and cons to those different things, but I hope this video has been helpful, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.